We have Nathan on the drums, Robert on the piano, and this is Mark on the bass. And I have known Mark since we both got here, and I did a story on what it was like to audition and become a member of the Coast Guard band. And for those of you who don't know, I'm going to just delay for a second to explain something. I hope you guys know and appreciate how world-class these musicians are. Anybody that's in a service band is typically conservatory trained or close to it, and could be in most symphony orchestras in the world. And symphonies are coveted jobs, and there's not a lot of gigs going around, so that's why all of your military service bands are comprised of world-class musicians like these guys here. So it's a real privilege. You're going to get a whole education on Gulf Coast jazz today. This is the United States Coast Guard Dixieland Band.
Rascal, you know you done me wrong, and that's why I'm singing the song. I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you. Now I'll be glad when you're dead, dirty dog. Glad when you're dead and gone, you dirty dog. Know you done me wrong. I'm singing this song. I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you.
Right now I'm capturing it with a mic, but yeah, there's definitely coming. I've got 6 outputs at the time, left and right. 1, 2, 3. So far, I've got outputs left, right, 1 and 2. Why it's not arriving here is still baffling.
Won't leave my wife alone. Why don't you alone? I'll be glad when you're dead. I'll be glad when you're dead and you dirty dog. I'll be glad when you're dead. Having some beautiful weather. So all swing out together. So all swing out together.
Line. Alright. Normally, I have a set of headphones and a mic. That's all that.
clarinet. I'm Tom Brown. Shawn Nelson on trombone. Robert Langston on the piano. Martin McCormick on the bass. And who is that back there? Oh, Nate Lascelles playing drums. Nate Lascelles. Thanks very much for coming out to hear us. We're glad to be here. This is the World Garden Blues.
much. Thank you very much. That was an old march called Panama. Jelly Roll Morton said that you couldn't have jazz unless it had a Spanish tinge in it. And that tune kind of exemplifies that. So we're having a little fun up here. Oh, this one's called Margie. Anybody ever heard of this one? It's one of my favorite all-time tunes. I sing this to my son, Sammy. Got to change the words a little bit. We have a good time with it. He knows it all too well. About you, Sammy. I tell the world I love you. Don't forget that promise you made. I have bought a home with everything. Now, Sammy, you've been my inspiration. Days are never blue. After all that's said and done, there is really only one. And Sammy, Sammy, it's you. Sammy. I'm always thinking about you, Sammy. I tell the world I love you, don't forget that promise you made. Now I have bought a home and ring and everything. Now, Sammy, you've been my inspiration. Days are never blue. After all that's said and done, there is really only one, Sammy. Oh, Sammy, it's you. Thank you very much.
What do you think? U.S. Coast Guard Dixieland Band. Any of y'all know how to second line? You know what second line is? Ever been to New Orleans? Pixie's sort of doing a second line. I don't know how you can just sit there, and y'all got rhythm. So you just sort of get up and y'all know how to second line, right? Oh, yeah. I do know your name. The government. The government knows everything. That's what we're told. So, thank you guys for being here on a beautiful late summer afternoon. Again, I'm Rick Coster from The Day. This is live lunch break, and which one of you guys wants to talk for a second?
I'll do it.
This is Mark McCormick, the bassist and the leader of the Coast Guard Band. Is that fair to say, leader of the Dixieland Band?
Sort of fair. We, the Dixieland Band, it's in the true tradition of New Orleans jazz and all the jazz on up the Mississippi River, on east to Chicago and New York. We work very collectively here, as you can see on stage. So, yeah, we can say I just handle the logistics.
I'd like to point out that these guys don't just do the Dixieland thing. They're the bigger part of the entire Coast Guard Band, which means that you do everything from classical music to show tunes. You have a regular season that goes on at Leamy Hall. You tour, and you do like regimental ceremonies, that sort of thing. So y'all are well versed in pretty much anything musical, right?
That's absolutely correct.
Oh, that's not on, so hold on a minute. Let's try it again.
That's absolutely correct. And the Coast Guard, in their true tradition, how many people out there served in the Coast Guard? Raise your hand.
Got one over there, coasting.
All right, give them a big round of applause. The Coast Guard is always a service that is, in a word, efficient. And I would say in the case of the band, we are extremely efficient. The musicians that we hire are well-versed in all styles of music, just like Rick said, classical, jazz, contemporary, pop, anything you can imagine, the Coast Guard gets called upon to do. One example would be we do a ceremony every 5 years in Washington, D.C. It's called the Lighting of the National Christmas Tree. And the past ceremony was everything from classical to B.B. King. And the band handled everything just like we do it every day.
And I have been privileged to see you guys in almost every form that I can think of now. It's a treasure to get to see you play. One thing I wanted to say is that in 2007, that current rendition of the Dixieland Band came out with an album called South. That's been 7 years, even by Brian Wilson standards. It's been a long time. So you've been recording, right?
We have been recording, and during those 7 years, it's not as if the band hasn't been recording.
That's true.
Under the directorship of our previous director, Captain Kenneth Megan, the band, to say the least, did a plethora of great recordings. And they're out there, and we covered the gamut of everything. And the most recent and last recording from Captain Megan's tenure is going to be coming out soon, and that is the music of John Williams. And we had an opportunity a year ago, or actually it's a couple years ago now, to record another Dixie album. The only original members left from that first album, South, are Tom Brown. And myself. And so this group is just absolutely awesome, and we had to get in the studio and we had to get this stuff down. And this recording is going to be coming out very, very soon. We'll keep you all posted.
When's it coming out, Chief?
Sequestration dictates to me that I'm not allowed to reveal those details as of yet. They remain highly, highly confidential. But we'll let you know.
I should point out that my wife and I were eating lunch in a pizza restaurant in New London. That's been a couple of months ago. And Mark happened to be in there, and he said, "You got to come out to the car and listen to this." So reluctantly, I put my pizza down, and I went out to your car and listened to some rough mixes from the album they're talking about, and it is smoking good. It's going to be really good. So look forward to that. And before I let you guys get back to the rest of your set, and again, thank you so much for all of y'all being here. Slight little tangential change of direction here. Again, as someone from the South that spent a lot of time in New Orleans, I don't want anybody to ever forget that after Katrina, the Coast Guard rescued 35,000 people after that storm. And you guys don't ever forget that. Wonderful stuff. That's a little different than the music here today, but it's all tied in and good. So let's hear it again. Thank you guys for being here. This is the United States Coast Guard Dixieland Band.
And real quick, as you've noticed, I've noticed in the years I've been here, New London is really, really becoming more and more vibrant. You know, once again, you've got great venues like this that I actually remember playing a gig here probably about 5 years ago, and this was a grass field, and we were on just a plywood stage. And I was looking out and I was thinking about that today. And I would say that one of the movers and the shakers in this community about getting people downtown and back to this great community and bringing all of you together is the day, but especially a big shout out to Rick Coster for that. And we're going to play our last half of the set here, but before we get playing, I'd like to thank you, the audience. The Coast Guard Band has been here now for coming up on 80 years next May. Coast Guard Band started here in 1925 down at Fort Trumbull. We even predate the U.S. Coast Guard Academy as it is today. And without you guys out in the audience, we wouldn't really have a reason for being. So a big thank you to our loyal New London audience. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Summer These Days. Cedric Mayfield on the clarinet. Who else do we have? Nathan LaSalle on the drums. I'd like to feature one of our two Texans right now, Mr. Shawn Nelson. This is an old Duke Ellington tune called Creole Love Call. Nelson. Shawn Nelson. It's a funny story. Shawn calls me. He's on the way over here. He says, I forgot my plunger mute. Can I borrow one? I said, sure, yeah. So he was just playing it for this last tune. He leans over and says, where'd you find this? Maybe it smells kind of funny. I don't know. I swear to God, I haven't used it for its intended purpose. Sorrow down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sorrows down by the riverside and study one no more. Well, I ain't gonna study one no more, no study one no more. Said study one no more. No, I ain't gonna study one no more. No starting one no more. Said starting one no more. Sing and dance down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. We're gonna sing and dance at lunchtime down by the riverside and study one no more. Well, I ain't gonna study one no more. Ain't gonna study one no more. No study one no more. Don't you know I ain't gonna study one no more. Said study one no more. Thank you very much. That's down by the Riverside. We only have time for one more. We've had a great time playing for you. I can say this in 100% complete honesty. We have a blast playing in New London. I've been in the band 12 years now, and we didn't start consistently playing in New London until the last year or two, honestly. We were. That's what I was just talking about. We've had a jazz thing going on, a regular thing the last 2 years. Last year and this year down by the New London Pier, City Pier. And we've had a blast seeing all these local faces out here. It's just... We were also at Sailfest. That's great. So thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. We really have a great time playing for you guys.
When the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh Lord, I want to be right in that number. When the saints, oh, when the saints.
Thank you very much. With the U.S. Coast Guard Dixieland Jazz Band, Cedric Mayfield on clarinet. I'm Tom Brown. Shawn Nelson on trombone. Robert Langsland on piano. The leader of the band, Mark McCormick on bass. Nathan LaSalle on drums. Thanks very much and have a great afternoon.
Standing O for the Coast Guard Dixieland Band. What do you think, guys, huh? Right back in the 504. Yes. All right. Thank you guys for coming out. We sure appreciate it. I'm Rick Coster from The Day. Also, thanks to Rob Holtorf on the soundboard for getting it right, and Carlos Vergen on the camera. Y'all got it right in the house. It means a lot to us. Did I say his name right? I hope. All right, good. Saturday night here, Straight to VHS has their CD release party. Do not miss that. It's already time for the IM Fest, a week from Saturday. You guys will be back for that. The Coast Guard Band will be part of it, and along with all kinds of great indie rock acts, including the Whigs and the McLovins, among others. Next week, live lunch break. We're going to carry on as long as the weather cooperates. Every Thursday here in the Art Park with the Italian Express, we will have, who the hell do we have? It slipped my mind. The Village Jammers. I knew it would come to me. Yeah, they're good. They're excellent. And it means a lot that you guys do this every week. If you get a chance, check the art galleries out that are right next door, part of the whole thing. Beautiful stuff. Y'all travel safe. And thanks again, guys.